All right, you're inside the essence of the Neo Soul movement, Western New York's official Neo Soul music show, with the sounds of Daly and Marsha Ambrosius, and alone together. And I'm not alone in the studio. I got someone with me, lovely young lady by the name of Shannon Waddell. She's the newest addition to WUFO. She has a show that comes on every other Saturday called Chatting for Purpose, and we're going to talk about that and what she's doing out here in the community. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Okay, I guess where do we start but from the beginning, Shannon? How did the whole Chatting for Purpose thing come about?
Well, the Chatting for Purpose thing came about because I am a social worker by trade, and I kind of no longer work in that capacity. I kind of work for New York State Tobacco Control as a public health officer. But my passion is to link, refer, and advocate for individuals who are not capable of doing that for themselves. And so, in spite of not maybe going to college for media or public relations, it's something I always wanted to get into. When I was in 10th grade, I remember I went to Bennett High School, and I
Bennett High in the house.
Bennett High, go Tigers.
All right.
I remember hobbling along to the guidance office and saying to my guidance counselor, I want to be the next Nona Barbie. And I remember her looking at me, and she was like, you're a pretty decent student. It seems like you're going on to college, but why don't you become a social worker, a nurse, or a teacher? And I remember going, but my grandma just took me to Channel 7, and I met her, and she thought I could do it too, but I took my counselor's advice. So it's always been something that I wanted to do. So when you take something you've always wanted to do, and your passion, your vision, and your purpose, that's where we came up with Chatting for Purpose. Our mission is to share information with the community in hopes to increase knowledge, inspire, empower, and motivate the community for the purpose of valued self-improvement throughout life.
All right, and I definitely have to tell you, you've been on for like a couple times, all right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Twice.
y'all have definitely been a breath of fresh air in here on the weekend. It gets a little crazy up in here on the weekends, but you and your whole crew of females come through here. All the dudes around here just fall in line, and we definitely welcome you with open arms.
Thank you. So let me talk a little bit about that
Okay.
wonderful group of ladies.
Absolutely.
We have Dr. Kelly Lucci, who is our educational life coaching contributor. And of course, she is a breath of sunshine. She brings us so information about life and having a great life and living abundantly. And she also educates us on all the educational woes and the pros and the cons out there. I want to say K to graduate level.
Okay.
We have Miss Michelle Barron, who is our business and networking expert contributor, and she says that there is no place that you can't network. That's what she believes. We have our financial contributor. Her name is Miss Nicole Douglas, and she has a financial and accounting offices in Buffalo as well as Charlotte. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's like it just falls off the top of her brain, and she can guide you and she can lead you. And her thing is, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you should always financial plan. It's not just for the rich. And then we have our lovely Mrs. Sally Cruz, who is a licensed esthetician, and she brings to us health, beauty, as well as makeup tips for our skin, and keeping ourselves going here. And then we have our newest contributor, Claudia Emerson, who's a nurse practitioner specializing in OBGYN services. And I'm telling you, she was a definite hit this weekend. We were talking about menopause, and I can't wait to share with her some of the email questions that she has received.
Okay. But before I go to break here, let's talk about what you got coming up in the near future.
Well, on June 2nd, we're going to have, I'm pleased to announce, our next guest, singer-songwriter Drea. Compared to many, Drea possesses her own unique vibe, with harmonies. She is going to be on with us on June 2nd from 3:15 to 4:15. I went to a private listening party for her on Monday, and you were there yourself.
Yes, beautiful.
She is
event,
amazing.
Beautiful event.
She is amazing. Then on June 23rd, we are going to be kind of taking it to the streets. I'm going to be doing a live remote with the Women in the Spotlight Going Global. It's a networking group that was created by our own business person, Miss Michelle Barron, and they're going to be doing their first vendor showcase, and it's going to be from 12 to 5 at the art space. Of course, we're looking for vendors. If you want to participate, just hit us up on womeninthespotlightgoingglobal.com, and you can become a vendor.
Okay, get ready to get up on out of here. But real quick, what does your show come on?
It comes on every other Saturday from 3:15 to 4:15.
Okay, every other Saturday. So 2 weeks from now, tune in to Chatting for Purpose with Shannon and the ladies. All right. We're going to take a quick break right here. Got more of your Neo Soul and the Neo News, Views, and Issues with your girl, Christina E. Right after this. Stay close.
To become a Buffalo